New survey shows more Californians accepting the idea of gay marriage. Our exclusive Eyewitness News poll found 61% of adults in our state say that same-sex couples should get the same legal benefits of marriage as straight couples. 34% tell Survey USA that only heterosexual couples should get those benefits. Now compare that to November of 2008. 52% of voters in California voted yes on Prop 8, defining marriage as a union between a man and a woman. 47% voted no. Now, in the latest Prop 8 ruling, a federal appeals court ruled the law unconstitutional. For another look at the big debate, Steve Woolpert, the dean of the Liberal Arts School at St. Mary's College, joining us now. Thanks for being here today.
Good morning.
What did you make of the ruling?
It was a very carefully written ruling designed very specifically for the facts in California. It's not a broad ruling that will have much impact on other states.
Well, that's the thing. We've seen this gay marriage allowed in almost 7 states now. Why can't we pull it off in California?
Well, the state constitution was originally interpreted to include the right, and Prop 8 withdrew it. So what this court has done is to say you can't do that unless you have a legitimate reason for doing so, and they found none.
Right, and whilst legislatures around the country have gone with gay marriage and governors have signed it, also a number of states, however, have gone to the ballot and said no, they're not going to allow it in their states. So my question is, this whole Prop 8 back and forth, is this just about California's? What would it do to the other states that have banned it but not in their constitution?
It would not affect any other state, which means that the facts of the case are very unusual. To have a state constitutional ruling that includes gay marriage and then have it withdrawn by the voters, and to have domestic partnership laws that grant all the tangible benefits of marriage to homosexual couples is a very unique set of facts. So this case won't apply to any other state.
Have we seen something like this before? Is this equal to the civil rights cases of the 60s and early 70s, the affirmative action and women's rights? Is this all the same, or is there something unique? What makes this different than that?
What makes this different is that the court is saying that there is no reasonable connection between this withdrawal of rights and any legitimate government purpose. When a case involves racial relations, the court is very skeptical, and it's a very difficult burden of proof for a government to support it. But under this case, the government's burden of proof is quite easy, and yet they failed to make it. So it's unusual. Usually governments win when all to show is that there's a reasonable basis for the law.
Now, when the ruling was made last week, it was ruled that Prop 8 was unconstitutional. A lot of people thought people should be able to go ahead and get married right away, but that ruling did include a stay. How do people reconcile that? Because I think you see if a court's saying that something's unconstitutional yet still allowing it in the temporary form, what's up with that?
Because we will find out next week whether the full circuit will be asked to rehear the case. And even if it doesn't, the Supreme Court of the United States will almost certainly want to take a look at this. And so realizing that it could well be reversed again, they decided let's wait until it's really settled, till there's a final decision before we know whether we should lift the stay.
Pull the lens back. Liberal arts, that's in sociology, that's politics, that's law. You oversee a lot of that. Yeah. Where is this going? I mean, we have fights in the ballot box, we have fights in the legislature, we have it in the courts, and they seem to go round and round and round. Where is it all going?
Well, there is the trend is towards greater acceptance of gay marriage. We see that through public opinion polls, as you just mentioned. We see that through the legislative decisions that are being made. The population, the voter groups are still behind in that, but the trend is also moving towards greater acceptance. But if the Supreme Court makes a sweeping decision in favor of gay marriage before that evolution continues, it could create a backlash such as we saw when they struck down the death penalty in the 60s and the Roe v. Wade case on abortion, which in both cases halted gradual state-by-state change and created a backlash that actually reversed the trend in some ways.
All right, Steve Woolpert with St. Mary's College. Thanks for being here this morning.
It's a pleasure.
We'll be right back.